everybody, and welcome to another F1 Manager video. In today's video we are at the Dutch Grand Prix, where I've just seen at this thing over here, Lewis mentality, Lewis Hamilton because of his car versus his teammate's car. I'm pretty sure Lewis has a better car than George. Both cars, both cars, both cars, both cars, both cars. Lewis has a better car in comparison to George Russell, so I don't know why that's upsetting him. But yeah, today we are here for the Zandvoort Grand Prix. Have we got anything manufacturing over the weekend? No, next thing is on Tuesday after the Grand Prix for the race weekend. First on grid, I'm going to go 4th or higher and 3rd or higher with George Russell.
Hello, and a very warm welcome as we prepare for the Dutch Grand Prix. In the last round, Max Verstappen flew to victory, the Dutchman proving that he can be absolutely unstoppable when he's in such fine form. Let's get on with the weekend.
So that is the end of FP1, and the final results are Behrman, Verstappen, Alonso, Perez, Pourchaire, Gasly, Russell, Bortoleto, Hamilton and Isaac Hadjar. Charles Leclerc has got a penalty, because obviously it's not Pourchaire in for the whole weekend. And that is the end of FP2. So, wow, the top 3 covered by a 10th. It was Fernando Alonso, Ollie Behrman, Lando Norris, Bottas, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Piastri, Hadjar, Sargent and Esteban Ocon. A really varied top 10 and only covered by a 2nd. Let's head in to FP3. The end of FP3 and the final results were Behrman, Alonso, Verstappen, Hamilton, Piastri, Perez, Ricciardo, Bortoleto, Russell and Gasly were your top 10. Gasly doing 40 laps on the hards. Oh no, sorry, that's Russell doing 40 laps on the hards. That's impressive. Hamilton doing 41. Let's head in to qualifying. We've got 100% drivers preparation with both drivers, so their confidence is high as well.
There's tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
There are 3 periods of qualifying ahead of the drivers now. Remember, only the fastest 10 will make it through to Q3 for a shot at pole position.
Karun, if we could perhaps talk about Lewis for a moment. How do you think he's feeling?
Neither of the team's drivers have brought home many points so far, so they'll be looking to change that as soon as possible to prove their worth on track.
So don't go anywhere, folks. It's nearly time for qualifying.
As possible. So, starting our first flying lap in Q1, and it is going to be chucking it down in a couple of minutes. Well, I say chucking it down, a light sprinkle of rain. Yeah, we've gone out 1st and 2nd. Hamilton's got the better car. Russell's got some upgrades that Hamilton would have had in Grand Prix previous. So they've both got upgrades to their car. They've both got fresh engine and gearbox. Hamilton's done a 24.6, Russell's done a 24.5. As long as both of them get through, doesn't really matter. Hamilton in the 2nd sector now does a 24.6 and Russell does a 24.6 as well. Hamilton was just 500ths up. So Hamilton comes up towards the line and goes pole with a 1:10.3, Russell a 10th off. That is the end of Q1, and the final order was Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Piastri, Norris, Alonso, Sargent, Perez, Bottas, Behrman down in 10th, which is interesting to see. Albon, Antonelli, Bortoleto, Charles Leclerc with that penalty, Gasly and Tsunoda, and knocked out in Q1 is Daniel Ricciardo, Esteban Ocon, Liam Lawson, Isaac Hadjar, Nico Hülkenberg and Lance Stroll. Bit of a shame for Daniel Ricciardo and for the 2 V-carbs, because they looked solid in practice, those 2 V-carbs. So starting our first lap in Q2 on the intermediate tyres. Everybody stampeded out the pit lane as soon as the water level dropped at 3:30. It's probably going to be a dry last run, or soft tyre last run, which is going to make things interesting for the top 10 shootout, sorry. But yeah, we just had to brave it and try and go out after everybody and try and see what sort of lap time we do. Lewis gone purple with a 26.3, Russell's done a 26.2. I mean, his track will be slightly drier, so Russell should be quicker than Lewis. Bottas done a 17.8. Tsunoda with a 16.6. Bortoleto and Norris slower than that. Antonelli's move up to P2. Alonso's taken top spot. Verstappen's now taken top spot. Gasly's gone in there in 6th. Behrman's gone up to 4th. Hamilton goes P1 by a tenth of a second, 1:16.001. And Russell does a 15.8. Lovely to see. Piastri goes up to 3rd, and Perez slots in at P8. So starting our second flying lap in Q3, and it is bone dry, or close enough to bone dry. Hamilton could potentially get some traffic here. Gasly's gone up to P1, Leclerc's gone up to P2. They're 2 seconds quicker than Russell and Hamilton, but Russell and Hamilton are last out. Hamilton's going to get to the flag with about 30 seconds to go, so 1:50, and we should be okay leaving the garage, assuming there's no traffic. Let's see how Hamilton gets past this traffic. Seemed fine to me. Russell's gone green in the first sector, not purple, and so's Hamilton. Russell's gone purple in the second sector, however, and I'm hoping Hamilton should get past this traffic nice and easy, if he even gets to it. Russell comes up towards the line, goes P1 by a tenth and a half. Perez is knocked out, which is a bit of a shame. Lewis Hamilton now comes up towards the line. He's currently 16th, needs a lap, gets a lap up into P2. That'll do, donkey. But knocked. The final order in Q2 was Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen, Behrman, Norris, Piastri, Bortoleto, Albon, Sargent, and Alonso. And knocked out was Tsunoda, Antonelli, Bottas, Perez, Gasly, and Charles Leclerc will start from, depends, if that's a 3 place then he'll start from 19th, if that's a 5 place he'll start from 21st tomorrow. He's got a lot of work to do. Let's head in to Q3. So starting our first flying lap in Q3 on a scrub set of softs. There should be a little bit of rain in the middle of the session, just a little light shower, and then it should be back to dries for the rest of the session, which is just what we needed. A dry qualifying with no strategy at all, which means Red Bull are definitely going to outpace us. But it's a 24.8 in the first sector and a 24.9 for Lewis Hamilton. We're currently purple, although Max or Behrman has just taken that off of us. And coming through the second sector down the DRS straight, it's a 24.7 for Russell. It's a 25.0 for Lewis. So Lewis struggling a bit on this lap, and Max is yet again taking our purple sector. I don't know if people are on scrubs or fresh. It's a 10.9 for Russell. It's half a tenth off Hamilton. What is Verstappen going to do? He goes P1 by 7 hundredths, and Ollie Behrman goes P3. Lewis Hamilton down in P7. So in the battle for pole position, we're on our final lap in Q3 on a fresh set this time, not a scrub set, a brand spanking new fresh set. Well done to Gabriel Bortoleto for getting that kick Sauber / Audi into Q3. Yeah, but coming around the first sector, I like how they actually take the high line on this game, unlike the Cody's F1 game, where they take the low line. It's a 24.7 and a 24.9 for Lewis. Lewis is somehow going slower than his even slower time. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Nobody has managed to improve. Russell's still out there improving, and Lewis is going to go. His sector time hasn't popped up. Please don't tell me he was the one that made the mistake. Russell's going to come up towards the line. 400ths off pole, and Lewis only moves up to P6. Yikes, that's awful. So yeah, Lewis bottling quali, which is too true. But the final order is Verstappen, Russell, Behrman, Piastri, Norris, Hamilton, Sargent, Albon, Alonso, and Bortoleto is your lineup for tomorrow's race.
It's a tremendous atmosphere once again here in Zandvoort, with 72 laps awaiting the drivers here today.
Zandvoort's highly banked corners make it one of the more unusual Grand Prix circuits. Dutch driver Max Verstappen won with a dominant lead here in 2021, driving the home fans to a frenzy as he did.
On the North Sea coast of the Netherlands, Zandvoort is named for the dunes that split the circuit from the water. Coastal winds sweep across this tricky track, which has a banked section steeper than most ovals. The excitement is building, there's electricity in the air, but there's no surprise in that. It's race day.
P2
Well
and
then,
P6.
it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. And here's George Russell, focusing on the race ahead of him.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
This should certainly be a good one, folks. Here we go. It's the Dutch Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away
Quite
we
a few
go.
people on the soft tyres. How was the start? It was a decent start for both drivers. Russell maintains P2. Hamilton is fighting Logan Sargent for P7, which is not what we needed. He does maintain it though. Overtakes Norris.
Now this happens down at turn 8.
I mean, he's already ahead of
Give
him.
it a go.
Nice, lovely little shuffle around the outside. It's practically drained his battery. Yep, and Hamilton, Russell got Behrman. Rarely defend. There we go, Lewis is up into P3, and he's been released by his teammate George Russell. No, do not fight Lewis, please. He's going to go around the outside of turn 1, and that's that practically. Oh, no, Lewis makes a move. 9. Things can get good, but let's top up with Lewis on the battery.
And just a reminder on DRS.
Oh, Russell has overtaken both Behrman and Hamilton, so we're now up into 2nd and 3rd. Russell can go medium on overtake aggression, medium on defense mode, and we've actually got Behrman out of DRS. Rarely defend. For that exact reason, low, rarely defend. Now they're swapping, because this should help them swap so much easier. Yep, here goes Russell down the inside on Lewis Hamilton. Some YouTubers have actually, like Matt212 and Arrow, have actually started coming back to this game, which is nice to see. And that are now outside of DRS. This is my problem. Why is Russell defending so hard? Hamilton goes through up into P2. Every time they do that, Piastri and Co get closer. Piastri didn't quite get DRS though that time. Russell goes in front of Lewis. Lewis has got the DRS. Russell's actually close to getting the DRS. It just goes from 1.3, only up to 1.5 to be fair, 1.4. Russell's got the DRS all the way from back there, really, wow. And Russell up into P2. No, Hamilton keeps it. Good, that's what we needed, and I guess. Right, let's attack. Let's go full beans up to Verstappen. I'm going to use any fuel because we'll see that's what we need to save. There. Well, we're here now anyway. But Hamilton's going to go down the inside of George Russell. Just make sure you don't lose it. There we go. Yeah, we're here. Yikes. Hamilton and Russell have got DRS. Hamilton's going to sail by Verstappen. And Russell isn't quite going to. But Hamilton's up to the race lead now. 8 tenths. I mean, he's close. And Russell now gets Verstappen. And we are in a 1-2. Let's go. And now Russell's going to go for Lewis Hamilton. Can we get a nice photo? Nice thumbnail. Look at that for a commanding overtake.
That was a nice move.
That was a nice move. Indeed. Just take it easy. Right, George overtakes Lewis, easy as you like. Verstappen comes into the pits on lap 14 for a set of mediums, decided it's not going to work. And he's going to try something different. I'd love to win at his home Grand Prix. And he's going to get caught in a bit of traffic by the looks of it. Gazzy and Ricciardo just keep sharing DRS and try and get along. Because if we pit now, we'd be out literally in front of Verstappen. Sargent comes in. Well, Hamilton currently P2. He's just sort of saving his tyres. He's not really pushing. Hamilton is now in the DRS, down to turn 1. Lovely little move on his teammate George Russell. George doesn't quite have the time to get back on the exit. There we go. Russell diving down the inside of Hamilton. Should I question why? He would. Hamilton now goes for a move. Lovely. Sargent's actually on hard, so he's almost like a buffer at this point. Antonelli comes in. I think that should be good, but let's just keep conserving. What about George? Yeah, his tyre's practically good. He'll be fine. Oh, Ocon has crashed.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
BSC or safety car. We're right next to the pit lane. This would be ideal for us. Oh, that's not good. Okay, no chance of a safety car or anything. Russell now leads in sector 1.
Tires are ready.
Right, 3 laps till we pit. We should be
Slow
controls had a
pit
pit
stop
stop issue. DRS for Hamilton. Down inside of his teammate. Not quite. George's got the better tyres. So. Right, Hamilton is now going for Russell, and he is in front of Russell, so we're going to stop saving tyres, and we're coming in next lap. There you go. Right, Lewis now starts saving fuel. Russell overtakes him. Tyres just dipped below 30% wet, so that was perfect stint management. Into the pits we come. 2.2 seconds. Lovely stop. Piastri comes in as well. Piastri was also on softs, I believe. Yes. He goes for mediums as well. We are out 6 seconds behind Verstappen. No, it should... Yeah, I think it should be 2.3, 1.3, that sort of gap. But in comes George Russell into the pits for a second set of the medium tyres, 2.3 seconds. And out he comes. There is the Merc. Let's get in front of it. Yeah, we are quite comfortably in front of that second Mercedes. Oscar Piastri is just going to be this lap. It's got to be hard, right? It's got to be hard. Softs? What? I mean, how long did Lewis took softs 23 laps. 20 laps would get him to lap 54. Plus 3 would be 57. And then there's an aggressive stint on mediums. But Snowden fighting in the sort of lower end of the points, and round he goes. So in fact, when Russell gets him, which I have a feeling is going to be now, not quite, he's going to save it for the main straight. That's cool, I can live with that. Verstappen's probably going to be coming in soon, because he'll want to undercut us, which we need to watch. Hamilton is now behind Russell, so let's just chill on the fuel. Because now Hamilton is going to fight Russell. Good. Right. Next lap, Lewis needs to pit. Lap 52, and Verstappen has come in. What's he on for? A set of hards? What is this strategy? Aggressive on hards to the end? I mean, he can go full out attack, I'm assuming. Let's get it done. Right, Russell, just don't hold him up. Let's go. I don't think we'll need to fuel save that dramatically. Russell will save a little bit. So Hamilton's going to come into the pits on lap 52. Russell's pit window is about to open. 2.2 second stop for Lewis. And where is Verstappen? It's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. He's not that close. Importantly, he's not that close.
Something's not gone right in the pits.
Lawson's had a pit stop issue as George comes into the pits. Softs, 2.2 seconds. Hamilton goes past, Verstappen goes past, but Verstappen isn't going to be passed by much. There he is. What is the gap? That would be what I'm looking for. Try and get Max gone. Right, DRS. Round the outside of Max Verstappen. Lovely little move down into turn 1. George Russell sets a fast lap in the Grand Prix. 2.1 seconds to Lewis. Turn 3, and it looks like Russell's going to go for it. Hadjar in the Haas. Oh, just put the power on too early. Had a little bit of oversteer. Possibly a bit of understeer. Russell goes round the outside of Lewis Hamilton and up into the lead. Somebody with a puncture up in front. Oh, they're blocking both of them. spots both for Russell and Hamilton. Hamilton goes all the way around the outside of George Russell into 67. Oh, Russell goes and sends it around the outside, which means coming onto the last lap, Lewis will have DRS down in towards turn 1. He's going to go for the outside move on the final lap of the Grand Prix. And that is a lovely, lovely overtake from Lewis Hamilton, overtaking the reigning world champion. But George Russell's having absolutely none of it. And I think I'm going to... Yeah, I know this is a terrible thing to do, but I'm going to swap them. Oh, shit. Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, Russell lets Lewis through. Lewis takes the Grand Prix win. His 100 and whatever Formula 1. It's Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen.
I want to say a big thank you to all the fans here. Woo! Couldn't do it without you.
Wow, what a fantastic drive from Lewis Hamilton.
What a brilliant race that was for the team. They just did everything right. The driver included, of course.
Oh, that's a wonderful scene. The team getting their first chance to congratulate their driver on a job well done. The highly decorated record breaker from Stevenage once again taking to the podium.
There's further delight for the team as they get to see both drivers up there together.
A sea of smiles all around. They're on top of the world here in Zandvoort. Well, Karoon, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And that then marks the end of events here at Zandvoort.
For the next round, we'll be travelling to Qatar as the drivers battle it out at the Losail International Circuit. We'll see you there.
So that was the end of the race, and Lewis Hamilton gets his first win from 6th place in the end. And the reason why I did that is because Lewis is low on confidence. His results haven't been amazing, and I wanted to boost his confidence and boost his morale in the team. So it's Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Behrman, Antonelli, Piastri, Ricciardo, Norris, Perez and Tsunoda in the top 10. The championship is now Russell on 101 points, Lewis 7 points behind, and Max Verstappen on 88 points. Then it's Behrman on 50, Piastri, Alonso, Norris, Antonelli, Ricciardo and Alex Albon. In the Constructors, we take a commanding lead over Red Bull, and we don't get any points in the pit stop standings, which is a bit of a shame, which brings Ferrari, Williams and Alpine closer to us. Our pit stops were good enough, I'd say, and Hamilton finished first, which means he got his 100k contract bonus, and Russell got 5th or higher, which means he gets his 250k contract bonus. So that is 1.4 million in the bank from that race weekend. On the side pods, nice. Right, go to manufacture. Yeah, that was the Losail Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next one. Take care. Goodbye for now.